Hey, she can't make it tonight, don't ask. Long story, involves a door, a nightmare, and honestly, probably my fault. Anyway, it's Independence Day. Somebody's got to explain what happened. Might as well be me. Try to keep up. So, war happened. And now Krystle and Jimi are the only hope to unite these nightmares. I'm gonna go blow something up and enjoy the chaos.
The door swung wide like a stage light grin, and the air smelled sweet like waxed up sin. Boardwalk wind and paper cheers, fireworks crying like borrowed years, faces smiling in perfect rows, eyes like buttons nobody knows. The flags hang heavy, the stripes feel wet, like something bled there and didn't forget. How come you belong? Sing the right words, sing along. Freedom's easy, freedom's clean, freedom's whatever we've always mean. No freedom to scar, you have to choose, not a ribbon you can wear and lose. I came through smoke with a warning kiss. This town is a spell and the spell is this. Wax presidents blinking window glass, their mouth repeat what the posters pass. A bell choir hums with cracked bronze throats, singing vows like paper boats. Uncle Sam dolls in faded blue, stitched shirt smiles that want you. They march in silence, boot to boot, like mannequins drilled by invisible flute. Welcome, you belong. Sing the right words, sing along. Freedom's easy, freedom's clean, freedom's whatever we've always mean. No freedom to start, you have to choose, not a ribbon you can wear and lose. I came through smoke with a warning kiss. This town is a spell and the spell is this. I lift my torch and the air turns sharp. The chant stutters, the lights go dark. For one small breath, a kid looks up like waking from a plastic Welcome, don't ask why. No, ask why until the light can't try. If this is liberty's perfect day, I'll burn the script and walk my way. Welcome. Oh, freedom's us. The feast went quiet like a hell breath. Silver fork still warm with theft. Laughter froze, then the candles screamed. The harvest hymn turned gasoline. The table bowed, the gravy ran. Names got swallowed where prayers began. I watched the holiday blink and fail like a cracked film reel in a smoke dark gale. Thanksgiving fell and the sky went thin. I ran with fire under my skin through the wood where the door undone. Thanksgiving fell and the sky went thin. I ran with fire under my skin. Thanksgiving fell and the sky went thin. I ran with fire under my skin. Thanksgiving fell and the sky went thin. I ran with fire under my skin. Not while my torch still knows my name. Not while the door still spit out flame. Spit out flame. Still spit out flame. There's a king with no crown and no face, sewing holidays into one last place. If liberty's next, if the bell goes mute, if then the fuse is us, and we're the proof. And we're the proof. And we're the proof. And we're the proof. Oh. Thanksgiving fell and the sky went thin. I ran with fire under my skin. Thanksgiving fell and the sky went thin. I ran with fire under my skin. Thanksgiving fell, so I won't bow, won't hush, I won't. Not while my torch still knows my name. Not while the door still spit out flame. Spit out flame. Still spit out flame. In an alley behind the souvenir grin, I found the ones they couldn't pin. A bellboy drummer with cracked out hands, a paper patriot who won't take commands, a mascot head with a busted jaw, whispering I forgot what I was for. They looked at my torch like it was a door, like maybe the world could be more than more. Don't stitch your mouth, I told the crowd. They'll sell you proud until you're bow. But I watched the feast turn into flame. I'm not here to decorate your chair. This is my declaration of disobedience, not signed in hand, signed in radiance. No crown, no chant, no borrowed creed, just the right to choose what you believe. If liberty's a lie they rehearse, then we break the spell with a better verse. With a better verse. The bell choir flinched when I said no, like the word itself was contraband glow. A few stitched Sams turn their heads aside, like even dolls get sick of pride. Then under the boardwalk, one low chord, a guitar truth the street can't afford. Not a parade tune, not a hymn, something alive, trying to swim. Declaration of disobedience. Declaration of disobedience. Declaration of disobedience. Declaration of disobedience. Hear that? That's not fireworks. That's not the bell. That's not their work. That's a pulse that won't behave, like a soul that crawled out of a grave. Declaration of disobedience. We don't need permission to exist. Follow the torch, follow the sound. We'll find the truth under this town.
president said, greet the dawn. Their smiles drip down in tricolored streams, red for the blood, white for the seams.
Plastic soldiers in the shopfront blast salute the tourist as they pass. Every step leaves a tar black stain on streets that shine with wax and wane.
We burn for freedom, yet freedom burns us. Fireworks crown us, sparks return us to parades that hollow out our names. Wax and wane in borrowed flames. Jimmy walks with blistered boots, monk-stitched robe and punk rock roots. Says, I lost a hound in the smoke last town, but I still hear his howl underground.
Krystle lingers by the plastic flag, fingers tracing every sag. This place looks proud, she says in pain, but all I smell is wax and wane.
We burn for freedom, yet freedom burns us. Fireworks crown us, sparks return us to statues built on hidden chains. Wax and wane, wax and wane.
Shut two eyes of marbled frost, can't recall what freedom cost. Firework flares and funeral red paint halos over plastic head.
We burn for freedom, yet freedom burns us with every stripe that never leaves us. If this is how our hearts are trained, we'll die as candles. Wax and wane. We burn for freedom, yet freedom burns us with every stripe that never leaves us. If this is how our tanks are trained, we'll die as candles. Wax and wane.
His arms like spires of choking smoke. Fingers thread through every cloak. He shakes a banner wide and loud, a star-spangled funeral shroud. This is the star-spangled shroud, sown from every fallen crowd. Valentine's bled into Easter green, St. Patrick's gold Halloween. Every holiday he has known is stitched into this final throne. One flag, one king, the shadows crowd beneath the star-spangled shroud. Uncle Sam's with stitched up jaws, marching phantom gunboat draws, drummers beating bone white sticks on empty helmets, graveyard kicks. Betsy Ross widow spider crawls, 8-armed seamstress on the walls, aving flags from flesh and thread. Wrap your dead, she softly said. This is the star-spangled shroud, where even silence counts as proud.
I take the joy in all your springs. Your holidays will all be one under my crownless stolen sun.
This is the star-spangled shroud. Hold your breath, don't speak too loud. For if he hears you, dare say no.
He'll sew your colors into his glow.
Like a casket lid, rockets scream for things we did. Firework phantoms burst on high, painting coffins in the sky. Those soldiers march with hollow chests, medals pinned to non-existent breasts. Their boots make no sound on the street, just charcoal prints of fallen feet.
This is the firework funeral show, where every bang says we won't let go of all the wars we never heal. We just reprint them on the wheel. This is the firework funeral light. Celebrate the endless fight. We bury suns in gunpowder blue
And make the sky their crowded tomb. Every blast resets the ground, bodies vanish, blood's unwound. Yet the pain stays in the bone of every soul that died alone. Krystle stands with torch held low, watching names in embers glow. Jimi tunes his cracked guitar. If this is freedom, we've gone too far. True monks stagger from the fringe, St. Patrick's ghost along the hinge. Freed holidays in ragged lines, join the dead in Saturday Plain.
This is the firework funeral song we've all been singing far too long. Tonight we play against the grain, no more dead for someone else's gain. This is the firework funeral show, where every bang says we won't let go of all the wars we never heal. We just regret them on the wheel. This is the firework funeral light. Celebrate the endless fight. We bury suns in gunpowder bloom
And make the sky their crowded tomb.
From the smoke at the edge of the square rises a man with powdered hair. Red coat, torn eyes burning blue, chains of silver dragging through. Musket ghosts at his command, phantom guns and spectral band. I bled for this, he coldly says, and now you spend it like a dress.
she stares, guitar in hand. Krystle shakes but makes her stand. If we have failed what you once swore, help us fix it, not wage more.
He is the red coat revenant, marching with a ghost patriotic. Every shot he fires through air, it's hypocrisy laid bare.
Benedict looks to the Nightmare King.
He offers order, you offer sting.
Is sovereignty a toy to you?
Or something someone died to do.
Chains rattle as he turns his head.
I sold a cause, I woke up dead.
Don't repeat the deal I made,
Or your freedom's just a trade. Their code revenant torn in two, between the past and once. What is true? He won't bow to crown or crown. His verdict walks in thunderland.
Silver walls, a mirror cell. I know this cage too well. Every time I breathe out light, he grows darker, fed by spite. Nightmare vines around my wrists, red veins pulsing in my fists. Every spell I try to cast feeds his hunger, makes him last. I am the queen in the glass, power stolen but I outlast. When I sing he drinks my flame, but not the echo of my name. Hear me, sisters, through the doors. Valentine, harvest, New Year's roars. Liberty, can you hear me pass? Your queen is trapped inside this glass. In St. Patrick's dying cheer, I wove a warning through the beer. In Thanksgiving smokestack cry, I tied a flare across the sky. Now in Liberty's crack bell tone, I etch a path to bring me home. Jimi hears it in his chords, Krystle feels it cut her word. I am the queen in the glass, nightmare thralled but built to last. When you touch the sovereign sign, you'll feel my pulse along the line. The king believes he owns my voice, but I have kept a hidden choice. Half my magic feeds his throne, half escapes to hearts alone. I am the queen in the glass, waiting for the doors to pass. When the final glyph ignites, I'll be there.
and the tables turn. But something pulled when I wouldn't kneel, like a door made of stubborn steel. I woke up cold under liberty's planks, listening to chants like marching tanks, while waxmen smiled and fireworks lied, and my own name tried to hide. I'm Jimi the Punk Monk on trial, boots full of mud, but I've walked each mile through shamrock wars and harvest streams, through broken towns and poison dreams. Jimi of the Fort with a crack guitar, I'll play that chord wherever you are. If freedom's more than staged applause, I'll bleed for it, but not for frauds. Sir be lived, I softly say, somewhere in the smoke that day. If a hound can outrun hell's design, maybe I can rewrite mine. Krystle nods, torch raised high. We're not here just to survive. Sovereignty's not a thing you're sold, it's what you hold when you're outnumbered. I'm Jimi of the Fort, I hear that song, I'll play it loud where it went wrong. From Liberty Town to doors unknown, I won't stop till the crown is thrown. I'm Jimi of the Fort, 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 I'm Jimi of the Fort.
They walk to the edge of the fireworks glow, where the forest starts and the holidays go. Doors in a circle carved and bright, each one breathing its own light. At the center, one door black is cold, glimpse like veins a hungry hole. This says Jimi is where he came, the nightmare town without a name. Write this down in quiet dread. The nightmare comes before what's said, before the feast, before the cheer. It waits beneath each happy year. Nightmare before New Year's chime, nightmare before your birthday time, nightmare before Labor's Day, nightmare before elections play. The door creaks open, glowing red, eyes like coals inside the dead. A whisper breeze from glass and dark, I'm still a queen without my mark. Sapphira's voice behind the pane, threaded through our blood and pain. Thank you for the sovereign breach, but Nightmare Town is out of reach.
Door slammed shut with a thunder sound. Shock waves rip through root and ground. For just a breath, the stars go out. Then one by one they flicker out. New rounds. So mark your calendar to learning. Remember more than what they think. For every joy they sell is pure. There's a nightmare knocking on the door. Shadow fell on Liberty Town. Your stripes bled, the stars sank down. But as long as someone dares to see, the nightmare's not the end. It's the key. We walk to the edge of the fireworks glow, where the forest starts and the holidays go. Doors in a circle carved and bright, each one breathing its own light. At the center, one dark black is cold, lips like veins around a hungry hole. The air goes still, the stars dim down, and something smiles from Nightmare Town. The door slams shut, earth shakes, then hush. And in the dark, behind the dark, two red eyes and a whisper. Not done, not even close.